Hello students, welcome to my channel Hans Commerce Tutorial for the lectures on commerce, accounts, finance and management. My suggestion to you, before watching the video, please go to the description below my video. You'll find a link there. Take a printout of the problems given in the link and keep it ready before watching the video so that you can be able to understand the problem, the solution and the explanation to get the maximum benefit from the lectures. Thank you. So students, now we'll start problem number 12. See the 12th problem. The premises of a company were destroyed by fire on 15th June 2003. The date of fire 15th June 2003. The records, however, were saved from the following particulars were available. Stock at cost on 1st January 2002. So last year data is also given. So we have to make a trading account of last year to find out the rate of gross profit. What we have done in the previous problem. So date of fire is 15th June 2003. And here stock at cost on 1st January 2002 opening stock 30,000. Stock at cost on 31st December 2002 closing stock 40,000. Purchase less returns for the year ended 31st December 2002 last year purchase. Sales less returns for the year ended 31st December 2002 last year sales. Purchase less returns from 1st January 2003 to 15th June 2003. The current year up to the date of fire purchase are given. Sales less returns from 1st January 2003 to the date of fire current year sales. Now some adjustments are given. 2,500 has been written off certain stock which was a poor selling line while valuing the stock for balance sheet as on 31st 12 2002. तो लास्ट ईयर की जब बैलेंस शीट बना रहे थे तो क्लोजिंग स्टॉक में से 2,500 का स्टॉक को राइट ऑफ कर दिया बिकॉज इट्स अ पुअर सेलिंग लाइन आइटम. तो फॉर कैलकुलेटिंग द ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट वी हैव टू ऐड बैक whatever stock was written off that will be added back to find out the rate of gross profit. तो 2,500 रुपए का स्टॉक को राइट ऑफ कर दिया था. that will add back to closing stock of last year. The cost of such stock was 4,000. Actual the cost of that abnormal stock, poor selling line stock was 4,000. A portion of this stock was sold in March 2003 at a loss of 500 on the original cost of 2,000. Total cost is 4,000. Out of 4,000, 2,000 worth of stock, यानी half of the stock was sold at a loss of 500. तो 4,000 का half 2,000, ये 2,000 रुपए के स्टॉक को बेचे 500 रुपए के लॉस से. तो इसका मतलब सेल प्रोसीड 1,500. Then a 2,000 rupees worth of stock was sold for 1,500 rupees, 500 rupees loss. The balance of this stock is now estimated to be worth the original cost. अब जो बचे हुए 2,000 का है वो original cost. Accepting the above, the gross profit has remained at a uniform rate throughout. The stock saved was 5,000. Salvage. You are required to ascertain the amount of loss on stock which was to be claimed from the insurance company. How much is the claim to be made to the insurance company? That is the last final question. Now, trading account for the year ended 31st December 2002. Last year. Fire जो हुआ 2003 में हुआ है. First of all, we are making for 2002. Opening stock given in the problem 30,000. Purchase given in the problem 2 lakh. And sales are given in the problem 2,50,000 last year. Closing stock was given 40,000. But in adjustment, it is saying that 2,500 worth of stock was written off. Written off last year. तो जो भी write off कर दिया उसको वापस add back कर देंगे to find out the gross profit ratio. तो add stock written off, add back कर दिया 2,500. So it will become 42,500 is the closing stock, right? The total stock. Now we'll take the total 2,92,500 credit side, 2,92,500 minus 30,000 minus 2 lakh. So 62,500 is the gross profit balancing figure. So by preparing this trading account, we got the gross profit 62,500. From 62,000, now we'll calculate the percentage of gross profit on sales. Percentage of GP. So GP 62,500 divided by 2,50,000 into 100. So you will get the gross profit ratio of 25% on sales. The purpose of making this trading account is to find out the GP ratio. Now this GP ratio we apply during the current year 2003, the year in which the fire occurred. Memorandum trading account for the period ending 15th June 2003. This is the date of fire, right? Now memorandum. Opening stock. Last year's closing stock will become current year's opening stock. तो last year closing stock 42,500. जो stock को write off कर दिए, उसको हम add back कर दिए, तो total stock 42,500. This is the opening stock. Now remember, this normal rate of profit will be applied on normal items. ये normal rate of gross profit जो आया 25% is the rate of gross profit. This is applied on the normal items. So abnormal items, poor selling line items should be deducted, should be eliminated. So total poor selling line items are 4,000. The cost of the poor selling line item is 4,000. So we subtract opening stock 42,500 minus abnormal stock 4,000. The cost of poor selling line item 4,000. Subtract. So normal stock of normal item 38,500. This is the stock of normal item. Purchases are made during the current year given in the problem. Sales are 1,20,000 during the current year, and it is given in the problem that the poor selling line item, the cost rupees 2,000 was sold at a 500 rupees loss. तो 2,000 रुपए का जो स्टॉक था वो स्टॉक को 500 रुपए के लॉस पे बेच दी, तो सेल प्रोसीड 1,500. This 1,500 is the sale proceed of poor selling line item that should be deducted because we need the sales of normal items. हमको सेल नॉर्मल आइटम्स का चाहिए, तो टोटल सेल्स गिवन 1,20,000 आउट ऑफ सेल ऑफ एबनॉर्मल आइटम्स 1,500. सब्ट्रैक्ट कर दो, 1,18,500 is a sale of normal items. Sale of normal items. Now gross profit is 25% on the sale of normal items. नॉर्मल आइटम्स के ऊपर 1,18,500 इज द सेल ऑफ नॉर्मल आइटम. इसका 25% कैलकुलेट करो, 29,625 इज द ग्रॉस प्रॉफिट ऑन द सेल ऑफ नॉर्मल आइटम्स. नाउ टेक द टोटल ऑन द डेबिट साइड 1,53,125. 1,53,125 में से माइनस 1,18,500 निकाल दो. द रिमेनिंग बैलेंस इज द स्टॉक ऑन द डेट ऑफ फायर. तो स्टॉक ऑन द डेट ऑफ फायर 34,625. दिस 34,625 इज द स्टॉक ऑफ normal items. Stock on the date of fire is 34,625. These are the normal items. Normal items 34,625. To this we add stock of abnormal items. How much is the stock of abnormal items? 2,000. Totally 4,000 was there. Out of 4,000, half of the stock was sold at a loss of 500. तो 4,000 में से 2,000 रुपए का स्टॉक बेच दिए, तो बचा हुआ जो है 2,000 रुपए, that will be the stock of abnormal items. Now add up these two, you will get 36,625 is the total stock on the date of fire. Now from this we subtract salvage value 5,000. So remaining amount to be claimed from insurance company is 31,625. That's all. This is the problem number 12. Now we'll come to problem number 13. See, on 30th September 1996, the stock of Fred Perry was lost in fire accident. From the available records, the following information is made available to you to enable you to prepare a statement of claim to the insurance company. So how much is the claim to be made from the insurance company? Some data is given. We will find out how much claim to be made. Stock at cost on 1/4/1995, last year. Because the fire occurred on 30th September 1996, we are given the stock at cost on 1/4/1995. So this is the last year. Stock at cost on 31st March 1996. तो last year का जो financial year था वो 1st April 1995 to 31st March 1996. This is the last year. So we make a trading account for the year ended 31st March 1996, last year. Purchase less returns for the year ended 31st March 1996. Sales less returns for the year ended 31st March 1996. तो last year का डाटा दे दिया, last year का trading account बनाएंगे just like the previous. Purchase less returns up to 30th September 1996, current year का purchase. And sales less returns up to 30th September 1996, current year sales. In valuing the stock on 31st March 1996, due to obsolescence, 50% of the value of the stock which originally cost 6,000 had been written off. तो लास्ट ईयर का जब अकाउंट्स बना रहे थे उसमें कुछ ऑब्सोलेट आइटम्स, पुअर सेलिंग लाइन आइटम्स थे, उसका कॉस्ट था 6,000, 50% वाज रिटन ऑफ. तो 50% ऑफ 6,000 3,000, तो 3,000 वर्थ ऑफ स्टॉक वाज रिटन ऑफ लास्ट ईयर. तो दैट 3,000 वी ऐड बैक टू द स्टॉक, क्लोजिंग स्टॉक. क्लोजिंग स्टॉक में 3,000 रुपए ऐड बैक करेंगे क्योंकि राइट ऑफ कर दिए थे, राइट. देन in May 1996, 3/4 of this stock had been sold at 90% of original cost. देखिए, जो 6,000 rupees का स्टॉक था उसका 3/4 of the goods were sold at a cost at 90% of the price, 90% of the cost, and the balance of the obsolete stock would also realize the same price. तो बचा हुआ जो रहेगा, अब 6,000 है, 6,000 का 3/4 4,500, 6,000 का 3/4 4,500 worth of stock was sold at 90%. Remaining 1,500 का जो stock है वो भी 90% ही आएगा. Subject to the above, the gross profit had remained uniform throughout. Stock of the value of 7,200 was salvaged. Actually, this problem is exactly similar to the previous problem. The only difference is, in the previous problem, 50% of obsolete items was sold and remaining 50% was there. But in this problem, 3/4 of the obsolete items were sold. 1/4 of the obsolete items are remaining unsold. Right? Now, see here. Trading account of Fred Perry for the year ended 31st March 96, last year. So last year opening stock given, last year purchase are given, last year sales are given, last year closing stock is given 52,000 and 50% of 6,000 was written off. Abnormal stock, जो obsolete stock है उसका total cost 6,000 है, 6,000 का half 50% was written off. तो that 50% we add 3,000. तो 3,000 stock written off is added 3,000. तो total 55,000 is the closing stock, right? The total stock. यानी ये 55,000 में normal items भी है, obsolete items भी है. Total stock is 55,000, right? So 3,50,000, now 3,70,000. Balancing figure gross profit is 78,750. So 78,750 is the gross profit balancing figure. Now we find out percentage of GP on sales. Percentage of gross profit on sales, 78,750 divided by 3,15,000 into 100. So 25% is the GP ratio. This GP ratio we apply during the current year. Memorandum trading account for the year ended 30th September 1996. Opening stock. The last year's closing stock will become current year's opening stock. तो लास्ट ईयर का क्लोजिंग स्टॉक 55,000 था, 55,000 ले लिए, लेकिन 55,000 में ऑब्सोलेट आइटम्स मिले हुए हैं. नाउ फॉर करंट ईयर मेमोरेंडम ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट वी हैव टू रिमूव द ऑब्सोलेट आइटम्स. व्हाट इज द कॉस्ट ऑफ द ऑब्सोलेट आइटम्स? 6,000. तो 55,000 में से 6,000 माइनस कर देंगे, जस्ट लाइक द प्रीवियस प्रॉब्लम. माइनस कर दिया, 49,000 रुपीज आ गए. 49,000 rupees is the opening stock of normal items. Then purchases 1,45,000 given in the problem. Sales 1,84,050 given in the problem during the current year sales. अब ये sales में से sale of obsolete items को minus कर देंगे. Sale of obsolete items. The total cost of obsolete items was 6,000. ये 6,000 का 3/4 was sold. So 3/4 of 6,000 will be 4,500. The cost is 4,500 and it is sold at 90% of cost. It is sold at 90% of cost. So 4,500 का 90% 4,050. 4050. Subtract कर दो 4050. 1,80,000 is the sale of normal items. Sale of normal items 1,80,000. Gross profit is 25% on the sale of normal items. So 25% of 1,80,000, you are getting 45,000 gross profit. Now take the total on the debit side, 2,39,000. 2,39,000 में से subtract 1,80,000, the closing stock is 59,000. So 59,000 is the closing stock of normal items. Closing stock of normal items. So stock of normal goods 59,000. To this we add stock of obsolete items, abnormal items. 3/4 of the abnormal items were sold. तो 6,000 का 3/4 4,500 चला गया, तो बचा हुआ 1/4 है. तो 6,000 का 1/4 1,500. 6,000 का 1/4 1,500. 1,500 cost of obsolete items was remaining. But it is given the problem that it will fetch the same price. Same price का मतलब 90%. जो cost का 90% बेचे थे वही 90% रियलाइज होगा किसका? Obsolete stock. तो 90% of 1,500 it comes to 1,350. तो add up this 1,350 is the stock of obsolete items. Normal items का stock 59,000. Now add up 60,350 is the total stock on the date of fire. Less stock salvaged. Stock salvaged 7,200. So 53,150 is the amount of claim to be made with the insurance company. This is problem number 13. Now 14th problem. See the 14th problem. Malcolm owns a retail stationery shop which was partly destroyed by fire on 27 June 1992. 27 June 1992. This was the date of fire. The stock was insured for rupees 13,000. The policy amount is given. So when policy amount is given, we assume there is an average clause. Average clause will be applied. So the balance sheet drawn on 31st December included the following items. ये 27 जून 2002 को फायर हुआ, उससे पहले 31st December जब अकाउंट्स क्लोज करते हैं तो वो टाइम पे the stock was 12,500. तो opening stock is 12,500 and opening creditors 3,500. On examination of the books of accounts for the subsequent period up to the date of fire, the following particulars were obtained. That means from 1st January to the date of fire, the sales are 88,800. During the current year, there is no need to prepare the trading account of last year. Only the data for current year is given, date of the year in which the fire occurred. So during the current year, sales are 88,800. Payment to creditors. During this period, the payment to creditors 75,000. Creditors as on 27 June 2002 in a date of fire. So in this case, the creditors are given at the beginning of the year. Creditors are given on the date of fire and amount paid to creditors are given. So we have to make a total creditors account to find out purchases. We are not given the purchase during this period. So to find out the purchases during this period, we have to prepare total creditors account. Then a physical check of the stock after the fire showed that items undamaged were 7,000. Undamaged का मतलब salvaged. Salvage items 7,000. The normal rate of gross profit is 25% on cost. तो GP का rate दे दिया, not on sales but on cost. Stock on 31st December 2001 included items of discontinued lines totaling 3,800 which were all sold during the next 2 months at a cost. So we have some abnormal items, obsolete items, poor selling line items. So poor selling line items 3,800 rupees के थे and that 3,800 worth of goods were sold at 3,800 only, no profit, no loss. So this 3,800 will be deducted from the opening stock and also deducted from the sales. Stock में से भी निकाल देंगे opening stock में से और sales में से भी निकाल देंगे 3,800 क्योंकि जितना cost था उतने में ही बेचे. No profit, no loss on these obsolete items. You are required to compute the amount of claim to be made to the insurance company. There was an average clause applied. Okay. First of all, total creditors account. At the beginning of the year, by balance brought down 3,500. So 3,500 are the opening creditors. And closing creditors, to balance carried on, closing creditors are 1,800. Opening 3,500, closing 1,800. Right? And how much is the cash paid to creditors? 75,000. Cash paid to creditors 75,000. Entry will be creditors account data to bank. creditors account data to bank. So to bank 75,000. To bank 75,000. Now take the total on the debit side 76,800. 76,800 में से minus 3,500 कर दो. Balancing figure are the purchases. How much are the purchase? 73,300. So by preparing total creditors account, we can be able to know the purchases made. Purchase 73,300. Now memorandum trading account for the period ending 27 June 2002, date of file. To opening stock 12,500 given in the problem. Opening stock 12,500 रुपए problem में दे दिया. लेकिन in this 12,500 there is a discontinued line items, poor selling line items. How much? 3,800. 3,800 रुपए के poor selling line item था, उसको निकाल देंगे. That we should deduct it. Stock of abnormal items 3,800. Just like the previous problem, abnormal stock निकाल दिए 8,700. Purchases are 73,300. Just now we have calculated in total creditors account. Sales are given in the problem 88,800. These are the total sales made during the current year up to the date of file. अब ये sales में से abnormal items are all sold away at cost. The poor selling line items 3,800. ये पूरे बेच दिए, cost पे बेचे, तो 3,800 निकाल दो इसमें से. Abnormal items का stock में से भी निकाल देना, sales में से भी निकाल दो 85,000. तो normal items का sale 85,000. अब मालूम कर लेंगे डेबिट से gross profit. Gross profit is 25% on cost. 25% on sales नहीं है. If it is given 25% on sales, we would have calculated 25% of 85,000. But it is not given on cost, on sales. It is given on cost. So here I am making some note, working note. Let the cost be 100. 25% on cost it is saying, but we don't have the cost. So we are supposing the cost is 100. So gross profit is 25%, 25. 100 rupees अगर cost है तो 25 rupees gross profit है. तो sale कितना हो जाएगा? 125. 100 plus 25. Cost plus GP is equal to sales. 100 plus 25, 125. तो equation हो गया. If the cost is 100, GP is 25, sales will become 125. When actual sales is 85,000, when the actual sales is 85,000, how much would be the GP? How much would be the gross profit? So 85,000 divided by 125 into 25. 85,000 divided by 125 into 25, 17,000 rupees is the gross profit. Gross profit comes to 17,000. So ये 17,000 gross profit ले लिए. Now take the total on the debit side, 99,000. 99,000 minus 85,000. You will get 14,000 is the closing stock. Stock on the date of file. Now, value of stock on the date of file 14,000. Less stock salvaged 7,000. Stock salvaged 7,000. So stock destroyed is 7,000. Stock destroyed is 7,000. Now average clause is applied. When average clause will be applied when there is underinsurance or underinsurance hai, because the policy amount is given 13,000. In the first line it is given policy amount is 13,000 and the stock on the date of file is 14,000. Stock on the date of file 14,000 है, policy लिया 13,000 का, underinsurance है, तो amount of claim is equal to stock destroyed into policy amount divided by stock on the date of file. तो stock destroy कितना हुआ? 7,000 rupees का stock destroy हुआ. Policy amount 13,000. Stock on the date of file 14,000. So claim to be made with the insurance company 6,500. 6,500. This is the claim to be made with the insurance company. That's it. This is the end of problem number 14. Come on students, now we'll start 15th problem, the last and final in insurance claims. The premises of stock of Karamchand stores were totally destroyed by fire on 30th January 2004. Date of fire 30th Jan 2004. From the account books and other records that were saved, the following information is available. The stock on hand has always been valued at 10% less than cost. So in this business, there is a policy that stock will always be calculated at 10% below cost. But for calculating the GP ratio, for calculating the stock on the date of fire, we must take the stock at its cost. अगर बिजनेस में 10% लेस या 10% मोर अगर कुछ भी करे हैं तो वी हैव टू ब्रिंग द स्टॉक टू इट्स कॉस्ट. तो हम यहाँ पर लेस देन 10% कर रहे हैं, तो वी विल टेक द वैल्यूड स्टॉक इनटू 100 by 90 into 100 by 90 because the stock is valued always at 10% below cost. 10% below cost. So to increase, we multiply the stock into 100 by 90. Then 2001, 2, 3, 4, 4 years data is given. Actually, the fire occurred in the year 2004. Here the data is given for last 3 years. That is 2001, 2002, 2003. Fire occurred in 2004. The last 3 years data is given. So we calculate the gross profit ratio of last 3 years and we calculate the average GP ratio. Average GP ratio. So far only 1 year data was given, but in this problem last 3 years data is given. So we calculate the GP ratio of all the 3 years, then we calculate the average GP ratio. Opening stock as valued. As valued means it is not cost, it is valued. So we have to bring it to cost. Purchase less returns for all the 3 years, sales less returns, wages, closing stock as valued. So first of all, leave the 2004 because in 2004 there was a fire. So we take the 3 years, 2001, 2 and 3. Prepare a statement for submission to the insurance company in support of the claim for loss of stock. So we have to prepare, we have to find out how much is the loss of stock on the date of fire. So first of all, we make trading account of Karamchand stores for the year ended 31st December 2001, 2 and 3 for 3 years. So 3 columns on debit side, 3 columns on credit side, right? So to opening stock. Opening stock will take the valued. In the problem, the stock was given as valued. So we have to convert it into cost. जो valued दिया है वो 10% below cost है. हमको उसको cost के ऊपर लेकर आना है. तो multiply 100 by 90. तो every year for 2001, the valued stock is 2709. So 2709 into 100 by 90. It will become 3010. This is the cost of stock. Similarly, for 2002, the valued stock is 3240 into 100 by 90, 3600. This is the cost. 2003, 3600 into 100 by 90, 4000. This is the cost. So we have brought the value of stock at its cost. Then purchases given in the problem, just are the same. Wages we have taken same, right? Sales, same thing we have taken, whatever is given in the problem for 3 years. But closing stock. The closing stock again given in the problem is valued one. We have to bring it to cost by multiplying with 100 by 90. So 100 by 90, 3240 into 100 by 90, 3600. 3600 into 100 by 90, 4000. 3690 into 100 by 90, 4100. Now take the total on the credit side. From this total, deduct the debit items. We'll get the balancing figure gross profit. We got the balancing figure gross profit. So 2001 GP is 3360. For 2002 GP is 3700. For 2003 GP is 3910. That's it. Now we can find out the rate of gross profit. GP ratio. Gross profit by sales into 100. 2001. What is the GP? 3360. How much are the sales? 12,000. Sales are 12,000. So 3360 by 12,000 into 100, 28%. Second year, the GP is 3700. Sales are 13,200 into 100, 28.03. For 2003, the GP is 3,910. Sales are 14,000 into 100, 27.93. So 3 years GP ratio we got. Now we calculate the simple average. Average rate of GP. Add up 28 plus 28.03 plus 27.93 divided by 3. So it is coming to 27.99%. So equivalent to 28%. So we can take the average rate of GP as 28%. Now we'll come to the memorandum trading account. Memorandum trading account for the period ended 30th Jan 2004 up current year. The closing stock of 2003 will become opening stock for 2004. So 2003 का closing stock क्या था? What is the closing stock? 4100. The closing stock for 2003, 4,100. This is the opening stock. Purchases given in the problem, wages given in the problem, sales given in the problem. Now, gross profit is 28% of sales. Gross profit is 28% of sales. So sales 1200. So 28% of 1200, 336. Take the total on the debit side, 5236. 5236 minus 1200, 4036. This is the closing stock balancing figure. Therefore, stock on the date of fire is 4036. The claim to be made to the insurance company is 4036. That's it. These are the problems we have done on insurance claim. So totally 15 problems we have done. Starting 8 problems are not at all difficult. From 9th problem onwards, we have some complications regarding the value of stock. Sometimes the value of stock will be less than cost, sometimes it may be more than cost. So if you have to bring it to cost. Similarly, some sale of abnormal items are there. So how to deal with abnormal items in the last 2-3 problems we have seen. So hope if you have watched the complete video, you are confident in attempting the problem on insurance claim. So first watch the theory video, first introduction on insurance claim. Then serial wise, if you watch the video, then you will get the command. If you want in between, you won't get the command on the topic of insurance claim. So thank you very much for watching my videos. Please share it, subscribe my channel and circulate among your friends so that more and more students can be benefited from these type of lectures. See you again in the next chapter, in the next video.